Awesome. Love when that works out. I will kick this off to Amanda for her public hearing.
Okay. Mayor and council, so as you know, part one of the Millwood comp plan was adopted on November 12th of last year. And then we knew we had to incorporate in the climate element as part two. In December, I was contacted by Department of Commerce because there was a hearings board case, growth management hearings board case out of Mercer Island that had finally been resolved, and they had guidance for us. After that case, there was one little snippet we also had to add to the housing element. So part two, that's before you tonight, basically adds the clarifications to the housing element to comply with that growth management hearings board case, and adds the climate change and resiliency element that was coordinated by Spokane County. The proposed updated part two was reviewed for consistency, both internal and with Washington state law, and was sent to the Washington State Department of Commerce and other state agencies on January 6th for the required 60-day state notification with comments solicited. Those comments are due by March 7th. So hence why we have the public hearing tonight, and then we'll have another public hearing with the second read in case any comments come in. The ones that already came in were incorporated as part of the draft that the Planning Commission reviewed, and they were from Department of Natural Resources. The two-part 2026 comp plan periodic update will be complete when Ordinance 558 is adopted. There is no action that's requested tonight. This is a first reading of Ordinance 558 with a second reading scheduled for March 10th. And the Planning Commission at their public hearing on January 28th did recommend approval of the City of Millwood Comp Plan 2026 Periodic Update Part 2, and finds that the factors in the Millwood Municipal Code have been considered and the criteria as applicable have been met. Are there any questions on the comp plan? I know I got a lot of exhibits in here, but it's essentially just adding the climate element and the one little tweak on the housing. So, and Ordinance 558 is on page 107 of your packet with Exhibit A beginning on page 112.
Are you ready for questions or comments?
Yep.
Any questions or comments, council?
I have a comment that I think it was really well done. I applaud you and planning and zoning, very comprehensive, well written, really clear, concise. So very nice job.
And I have to give kudos to Spokane County too and their consultants for work on the climate element. It was easy for me to incorporate it. They did all the heavy lifting.
Looks great.
Thank you, council member Stravens. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Any public comments? Is this a time for public comments as well? Did we have any public comments over there? Or? I mean, I'm guessing not, just judging by the people in the room, but want to be thorough. All right. Yeah, are you guys ready for us to close the hearing? Or did you have anything? Okay. Thank you, Amanda. Do we need to do anything? Yeah, we're cooking.
Hopefully March will be that quick.
All right, well, moving on to the action items for consideration. In the consent agenda, did you want to take any of these items apart? I do want to spotlight that we did do the WCIA board delegate and the SRTC board delegate, and I just assumed Kevin's role in on those boards. And then we are also, per recommendation of Chairman Count Ankeny, I've wanting to appoint Bobby Beasy as a planning commission appointment. Any of these items separate? And if not, do you have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Perfect. So this is the second reading of our resolution 2026 water and sewer rates. Please note in the resolution, Councilmember Seifert, we have made the requested changes that you have you spotlighted. And then I also have in here our PowerPoint I presented in detail last time at our special meeting. If you want to ask me any questions, please do. But again, I want to emphasize that we have 3 scenarios outlined on this policy, or 3 scenarios that are outlined for the water rates, and that is just maintaining status quo. Increasing the middle one which is the one that we're recommended and is reflected in the resolution, is increasing the capital improvement rate collection at $1 more a connection per month, and then escalating 5%, but that's a net gain of 6.6% on average. To be each household is slightly different. And then I have the third one, which is a break even, and the break even has us at a 20% increase on average that we elected not to go, but we would need to address at some point during mid-year. I open it up for any questions. And then sewer is just literally the pass through of what the county is requiring us to escalate. I know you looked at it because you made recommendations. All right, well, if there are questions, we certainly will entertain them. If not, I'm looking for a motion for us to pass this so that we can implement it on our March bill. Yeah, we will if they pass it.
We should just make sure
The motion should reflect that we will add March 1 if we pass it as the active date on the resolution.
So I wasn't here for the meeting last on
Yes.
this specific topic. Is this just inflation? The increases per each tier of the water rate? To cover
Yeah.
inflation for the next year?
It's the 5% because I want to, I didn't want to start losing ground, and then I did the break even, and the break even was the 20%. What is the major cost driver? As we all know, it's the Avista bill, or I should just say generic energy bill. But I mean, that is what drives the variance of why we're not staying on top of it. And the discussion that was had, Councilmember Kohler, to just kind of read you in on what happened at the last meeting, is we would have to make it a mid-year adjustment, or at some point another year adjustment if we wanted to break even. But considering there was discussion going on about urban and a million other things, we potentially might do a rate increase and change our whole pricing philosophy, I was just trying to keep us on top of it.
Okay.
So like I said, the last meeting, it'd be great to break even, right? But 20% increase isn't realistic. So I think this is a good solution for this year. It's a start. I think it's our best option, right? As Andy pointed out the last meeting, we're going to already be increasing, I think, the full break-even increase is a burden to citizens. I don't think I could recommend that. And so I think this is a good solution.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And there's always the option, even after our comprehensive rate plan, to then go for a break even and get us closer. But
Yep.
All right. Well, of course, as you know, it would take a motion to move this forward.
So I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2026-01, and you want it to be as of March 1st. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
thank you. I'm looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved as a unanimous vote. All right. The elevator service agreement. Kyle, would you like to take this away?
I think you have it in your packets and it's also up on the screen. This is basically, we're just doing our due diligence to make sure we're getting the lowest bid to do our routine maintenance on our new elevator. This includes a annual inspection, lubrication, maintenance. And then in this monthly amount, they also have the 5-year, it's a category 5-year testing included in the cost. It's a pretty rigorous state mandated test, which they go through all the different workings of it. They do like a free fall scenario and make sure the brakes work, and it's pretty in depth. So that is also that, and that's a pretty costly test too. Once every 5 years, that's also rolled into the monthly payments. These are the 3 bidders that I found that are on, pretty much the only 3 I found that are on this side of the Cascades. And as you guys probably remember, Vertical Options is the ones that put in the elevator. Personally, that was my first choice, just because, you know, they know the ins and outs of it all. Like I said, I do the due diligence. Schindler, I reached out to them a couple times and no response from them. Inland Elevator came back. You can see their contract and their breakdown in your booklet. And it just so happened to work out in my favor with Vertical Options being the lowest bid. I feel that that would be the best one despite being the lowest bid. So.
Any questions or discussion? Yes, please,
So-
Councilmember.
So Kyle, is there any difference between the 2 bids? So it's substantial.
Right. I looked through them fairly closely and I couldn't see too much difference. I saw when it got into like their protocols for overtime hours or holiday hours or after hours calls, then there's some differentiation, but as far as like routine service that they're going to do like on a Monday through Friday 8 to 5 scenario, it seemed pretty standard across the board to me.
Okay. Thanks.
Kyle, do we have to pay for any other tests, or is this like a self-certification where Vertical Options would come in and we get our certificate of operation?
Yeah, that should be it. They are all certified and approved by the state, and we'll get our certification. And then if the state guys do come by, it's all legit and ready to roll.
Any other comments or discussion items for Kyle? All right. I think that Kyle's looking for a motion today so that he can move forward on his agreements.
Make a motion to approve the elevator service agreement with Intermountain.
Awesome.
No, Vertical Options.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, looking at the wrong sheet. Vertical Options.
I'll second that.
Wonderful. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Excellent. So I will tackle resolution 2026-2 interfund loan. Basically, we have the money. We do have money, but they're in designated accounts. So, like, we have the money to pay our bills, but they're not in the general fund. And that was a little bit of a peculiar thing for Kyle and I to hear. So there was some digging that has been done, and basically there was a bottleneck around our reimbursements around the construction project. That was brought to my attention by Kyle, and then Lynn has done just a hero's effort to get that all done. So we believe that this will be remedied in the next 2 weeks. But to pay our bills, we need to move funds from one fund to another. So this is a cash flow issue.
That happens at home too.
Yes, exactly. And we're trying to be transparent and tell you guys about it and ask your permission before we do it. So
So
Pretty
this,
straightforward. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
this came up in finance committee. Essentially, it looks like the reimbursements were not applied for timely, maybe. So I'd like to have Matt Gillis from Elk come in and explain what their responsibility is on the billing side of things
You
in
certainly
reimbursement.
can. Yep. We'd be happy to have that done. But again, I want to spotlight that Kyle actually got into it, and then Lynn on short order was able to remedy it. So we can definitely have that presentation.
In terms of cost for a loan, what's the cost?
So we went for 3% because that's what that's what the perceived the current rate of what it would be if it had been sitting at an account. Again, this is hopefully just a less than a month thing.
Yeah, I'd like, if it's Welchcomer, I'd like to hear explanation.
I mean, we got a bill for 159,000 from them, so I'm wondering if there was a milestone that triggered payment to them, but also disbursements back to us from the external funds, like state or federal funds.
All right, well, entertaining a motion for we will fill in the blank of the date. Oh, that's what Lynn was, or is that what you were talking about the date on this?
No.
Oh, I just had a question that Eva asked me about earlier. But
Oh,
yeah, we'll need to put a date on it.
yeah, so reflect for tomorrow's date?
No, the term of the interfund loan,
Oh,
the outermost term.
So when do we expect disbursement of the funds from WashDOT and federal sources?
I think we'll have them back in the next 45 days, but I would like to date it, like give 6 months, because then we won't run into any issues and we'll have the money back in the fund like it needs to be, if that's acceptable. We could just go out 6 months and, because there's no penalty to pay it off ourselves. to
August.
ourselves.
August 1, 2026, is that okay?
I will make a motion to approve resolution 2026-02 interfund loan.
Second?
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved, unanimous. Excellent, well, thank you very much. Looks like we are off to reports. I will start with Treasurer Lynn.
Okay, well, for W-2s, 1099s have been completed and filed. As you noted in your council pack, I'm looking through the dashboard and I should have it back to you next month once I resolve some questions I have on it. And as we've talked about, I'm working with Welchcomer to get those reimbursements going, what we need to have happen. I'll be starting on the state audit work. Yeah. Tomorrow and Thursday, I'll be attending some Springbrook training, the software that we use. And then at the end of this month, I'll be going to some MRSC training. And that's what I have. Do you have any questions for me?
Any questions for Lynn? Thank you. Clerk, public records, Mackenzie.
So the main thing I've been working on since our last meeting was the public records request. I think since our last meeting, I ended up getting 4 more, and got about 4 sent out, so broke even. Bridget has been learning how to do the utility billing, doing the vast majority of it by herself with just gentle guidance throughout. And she's been taking on a lot more responsibilities. She's also been interviewing for an admin assistant while she temporarily takes on the clerk task. And for that explanation, I'll leave it to the mayor. That's all I got.
All right. Facilities, Kyle.
So we got our first radar sign up at Buckeye heading north. And got that programmed yesterday and working. If you guys approved the second one, so I will get that going, and that'll be going up down where we have the portable trailer at now. far as the Argonne, Liberty, Midland, and Spokane County have been working diligently, sometimes day and night, to get all the signalization and street lighting up and functioning. They've been pouring back sections of concrete where old signal cabinets were removed and installing new street signs and radar detection on the new mast arms. As of right now, the remaining schedule includes coming in at 2 a.m. Thursday morning to do a couple hours of work that is best done while the traffic is low. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the traffic control will be removed and all 4 lanes should be open by sometime Thursday afternoon. There will be a small punch list of items left to work on probably into next week. But moving forward, all the work that they have should be able to be done outside of the travel lanes. So if there is any unforeseen something or another, it's going to be just like a little bulb out or something if they do. But everything should be open and flowing by Thursday, and hopefully not shut down again. In other news, we've been just working on the shop, getting all our maintenance done and repairs done on all our equipment since there's been a lack of winter weather this season. That's about what I got.
Thank you. Any questions for Kyle?
Kyle, in terms of snow removal, we haven't had much.
Correct.
Are we gonna save some of the budget?
I would imagine, yeah. We've put out like 500 gallons of de-icer, which we're usually at over 2,000 now.
Okay.
Haven't put out any sand, and we've plowed arterials once. So I think that's going to be making our snow budget look pretty fat, I'd say. Once we get blizzards for the next 3 weeks, I don't know.
Great.
Wonderful. Any other questions or discussion items for Kyle? Thank you, Kyle. Matt?
Okay, all our routine water samples came back good again this month. I took the second round of PFAS samples from New Park and got those results yesterday, and they're all good. No detect. I'll be taking a sample probably Monday or Tuesday next week from Butler, but the previous one came back good, so that should be all right. Prestige was out last week doing routine maintenance at Old Park and Butler Well. Kyle and I are doing a webinar tomorrow on positive responses for when we're out doing one calls. And on the 25th, Sam, Bryce, and I are going to the truck rodeo at Marabou, which is an all-day event with multiple classes on water and sewers. Good.
Any questions, discussion items for Matt? Perfect. Wow, we're cooking today. Planning. Amanda, you didn't even duck out.
No, we went quick. I'm just waiting for her to pull it up. All right, you can enlarge it just a little bit. Okay. So, on the permit and land use side of things, we had a BLA that began processing, I believe about 2 months ago. It was still in processing at time of writing this report and finally got issued yesterday, I believe it was. We were just waiting on some concurrency from all the affected property owners. So that one's out the door. And then we had an attached shop that went through plan review and coordination on SIPL. On Fairview, we had a detached garage site plan review, and that one is pending approval. I think we're just waiting on the payment of the fees. And then it'll be on to Spokane Valley. On Buckeye, we had a business license land use review, and then on Stout, we had an adult family home expansion review. I believe it was just 1 bedroom addition to that. For the periodic update, that's been the majority of the time, commencing through the SEPA review, the state reviews, working with PTAC, and then attending SCEO. And I apologize, on January 28th, that one actually was postponed to tomorrow. And then continued coordination with Spokane County to get the climate change in there, which was achieved. And working towards all the amendments to the development regulations. So that is the majority of that time. I believe, was there anything on page 2 of this? Can't remember.
Nope.
Is that it? Okay. Are there any questions? Okay.
Wonderful, thank you. Brian, did you have anything?
No, not much to add. Just been working with Savannah, and I've been working a little bit with Kinsey on, well, more than a little bit on public records requests. And then just continuing to, as things pop up for the mayor that come forward, we've been conferencing once or twice a week just to stay caught up on items. So
That is not factual. I went a full 7 days without any additional. They
Who's
gave me an award and everything. Yes, exactly.
no, that's all I have. Thank you.
Perfect. And then you are continuing to work on the procurement, so that's been his and Savannah's big things forthcoming. So, wow, Kinsey, we had a coordinated plan. I didn't think we were going to completely dump it on me to announce. So, 2.5 weeks in, Kinsey tendered her resignation. Of course, I did everything I could to retain her. And without getting into details, it sounds like the root cause is honestly the job is absolutely unattainable for any one individual, and that people need to choose life over that particular job. So I plan on not repeating the same thing. Bridget is stepping in as the interim because you have to have a clerk on record. I've also retained Kinsey. Kinsey and I have at least a 6-month agreement or where I'm retaining her to help out with meeting support and other things. But we're totally going to restructure that role. I'm going to go for a 2 operations manager model. I have been interviewing with everyone, including Amanda, to discover which buckets each of these things go into. Like Bridget, or like Kinsey said, Bridget and I are interviewing admin assistants started last week. We hope to extend offer to somebody by Friday. So that's going to provide a little relief. Us as the department head meetings have also thought about how we can do an all hands on deck in support of the transition, but that is definitely the direction we're going. So I would like to publicly thank Kinsey. She was an absolute delight during my onboarding and has been an extraordinary support to both Bridget and I, even during this new transition. Did you have anything to add? She told me, I do not like long goodbyes, so you had to handle it.
I normally.
But I didn't think I was going to have to make the announcement.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. All right.
I got nothing. I don't want to talk.
100% fair. So we've done our thing internally. And Lynn's also been part of those conversations on how we're going to backfill. Profound appreciation for Bridget, who, thank goodness, day one, we were connecting already because she is actually a former practice administrator in the healthcare setting. So we were already so at least we have somebody with some really good strength. But basically, as we grow our utilities and all the public record requests and all the clerk and all the other things we're throwing in the bucket is just too much. And this is going to be compounded even more as we grow our utilities enterprise, which was the articulated goal presented to us. So Bridget's going to be key to that. She's going to sit in the interim, and then she will be choosing one of the operation managers, and we will be using a recruitment firm to find a permanent replacement for the other one. That's odd. I don't even know what I was. We'll move on to the third bullet, which is I did meet with Irvin today. Those are ongoing. I'm happy to discuss with any of you an individual update. Also, as you may have saw in my newsletter, I have been working with Hutton Hope. We have some good community development going on. We also have some exceptional community development going on with the Main Street Initiative, in that they've established the board. The board's going to start absorbing it. It won't be just a Shireen enterprise anymore. And I'm really excited about the different things. So I will be sitting on the Economic Vitality Committee along with Whistlepunk, with the Hansons, and a handful of other community members. So really excited. There's 3 other committees, but at some point they will come and present where we are with the Main Street. And then just a polite reminder. Oh, open planning. So I did follow up. I did go to the planning commission meeting, met with, Chairman Ankeny and then also the entire commission. As you know, they recommended, Bobby be retained, but they also, we are also opening up. So please, 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 if you know somebody that you think would be great for the planning commission, send them my way. Let's get those emails rolling because we would like to, during this comprehensive planning season, make sure that the planning commission isn't going short for more than just a month or two. So, and then coffee with mayor tomorrow. Always happy to have council join us. That's it for the reports. Council information. There's no other things. Do we have any public comments or public remarks, I should say? Please state your name and purpose.
Yes, my name is Patrick Birch. I'm a fire commissioner with the Spokane Valley Fire Department. And good evening, Madam Mayor, members of council, city staff. I just want to take a moment to introduce myself. I think for a couple of years you've had Commissioner Kester as a participant in this meeting or president of your meeting. Every year we hand out new assignments, and Commissioner Kester has some conflict with Tuesdays. For some reason, he wants to spend an evening with his wife. I'm not. No, that's a great thing, and so we wanted to free him up to be able to do that. And I am extremely happy to take the assignment to be here once a month. I believe it's once a month, correct, that the meetings take place. And so any questions or concerns that you have with regards to the Valley Fire Department, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is out on the website at SpokaneValleyFire.com. And I look forward to getting to know you guys over the next however many months and years I get to have this assignment. So thank you very much and have a good rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other public comments or public remarks? Apologies. Going once, going twice. And on to council remarks. We will start with Councilmember Stravens.
Kenzie, we're gonna miss you.
Still live down the street from you, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You know where fire. So staff, great work, Amanda. Yeah, thank you for all the hard work. Great job. Nice meeting.
And Kinsey, correct me if I'm wrong, you're still going to be here at next month's meeting,
Oh
correct?
yeah.
Yes. You'll still see me.
and
We just don't get to enjoy our reading.
And I'm sorry. Congratulations, Rich. I should also say that. So we look forward to having you. So,
I won't come to her house.
yeah, kind of a flop there. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Councilmember Sander.
No comments, but thanks again to Amanda and the planning commission for keeping up with all this stuff. So, thank you.
I don't have much. It's my first meeting back in a long time. Thanks for holding down the fort while I've been gone. And there's potential for me to be in North Dakota for a few months and Arkansas. So we will cross that bridge when it comes, because you never know till the 11th hour if you're going or not. But right now I'm planning on being gone in Fort Randall, North Dakota for a few months. But you guys, I mean, I call in. I'm not sleeping. I'm listening. And thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Absolutely. And I appreciate your proactivity because you always do connect. Mid-month, I want to be on record that he does touch base.
I do.
Awesome. Councilmember Kohler.
Thanks to staff. Thanks to Kinsey for hanging around. Thanks to Lynn and Kyle for tracking down some of the funding requests that needed to be sent out to make sure we have cash to pay the bills.
Amen.
That's all I got.
Councilmember Seifert.
Ditto on everything. Bridget, you're taking a bull by the horns. I tell you, Kenzie, thanks for sticking around as long as you did. It's tough. That's really tough. And yeah, and like with everything, with all the finances and everything getting put back together and all that.
But absolutely the right team moving forward. Minus Kenzie, of course. Any announcements? All right. Next meeting is set for March 10th, 2026. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
I'm turning over new leaves.
Where were you on that one, Andy?
All opposed? So moved.